So just like most cars today, my FJ Cruiser has a reverse camera, and in fact, this is the original reverse camera that came with the car straight from the factory, but that's like 20-plus-year-old technology, and it doesn't quite work anymore. So I had this aftermarket one installed the same time that I got my new infotainment system, but I'm having a problem with this reverse camera. It's not that it doesn't work, it's just I hate the placement. And so here's what I mean about it being in the way. So anytime I have my back door open here, this little camera is just kind of sticking in the way. So if I'm unloading or loading something, I often will scrape my knee across it and bump it, or my kayak will hit it, or paddles, fishing poles, whatever. So what we're going to be doing in today's video is we are going to be relocating this backup camera, and we're actually going to be putting it inside the trailer hitch. So here is its location now, and to right here. Check it out. Now let me show you how we did this.
All right, so the sound cut out while I was recording, but no matter. So here we are underneath the back of the car. I'm just kind of showing you where the wire is coming out of the cab, right from this little hole. I don't know if this was a pre-drilled hole or if it was a hole that was created by the installer, but I'm going to definitely have to get some wire loom because the hole, the metal's kind of sharp and I don't want it to rub and rip the cord up. But here's the wire harness. It's kind of just zip tied up underneath the bumper cover right there, and you can see where the ground is attached to a ground spot. But what I need to do is I need to just unzip tie everything, because as you can see right here, these holes are where I'm going to thread the wire through to the backup camera.
So I think the first thing I want to do is just kind of undo all this wire bundle that's here. There is a little plug that pulls apart, and this is what I'm hoping I'm going to be able to kind of just thread through a little hole right here. But I'm going to need to kind of cut the zip ties that are holding all this together, and then figure out how to get the camera out from behind the bumper. So cut zip tie right there, cut another zip tie right there. Perfect. All right, now we've got it disconnected. All right, so here is the wire that is coming from inside of the cab, and it's also got the ground, and then this wire right here is completely separate, and it has this tiny little circular plug here. I don't know exactly what it's called. So basically what we're going to do is I'm going to feed the one from the car through here as far as I can, and then on the other side we're going to plug in the camera and just pull back some of the excess and just zip tie it back up. So now that we have the wire kind of part taken care of, let's figure out how we can get this camera taken out. So the wire to the camera is actually kind of tucked in or threaded through this little trim piece. So I think probably the easiest thing to do is just, I'm pretty sure we can take out a couple screws here and just pull down this trim piece to be able to get this camera wire out easily. First though, before we do that, I'm just going to unscrew this mount from the bumper. And it looks like I could probably pull the wire through. I just don't know that it's going to be able to get past that little adapter. Oh yeah, we did it. Look at that. Whew. I just skipped like 3 or 4 steps on my part. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have to modify the mount, because what essentially is going to happen is we're going to take these little magnets that we got from Ace Hardware, and you could get any kind of magnet that you wanted, but just pick these up for about $3, and they come in a pack of 2 like this. And I'm just going to take some
Well, I was gonna say take some double-sided sticky tape, but it doesn't look like I'll need to do that because the little piece is magnetic. That's kind of cool. So anyway, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this magnet, attach it to the mount, and then it's gonna go inside of trailer hitch to kind of protect the camera. But the problem is, as you can see, this mount is just a tad bit wide, so we just need to cut off the ends so that way it can fit inside of here. All right, so now we have the appropriately sized mount for the backup camera or the reverse camera, and now it's just a matter of taking the magnet and attaching it. Now what I'll probably do in the future is, I was actually planning on getting some double-sided sticky tape and taping it down, and I'll probably still do that just to make sure as it's bouncing I know that it's not going to go anywhere. But the purpose for the magnet and the reason why we don't want to just double-sided sticky tape it into the trailer hitch is because we still want to use the trailer hitch. So basically how this is going to work is I'm going to take this little plug that's coming from underneath the car, that's coming out of the cab, and I'm just going to thread it through one of those holes that's on the back of the trailer hitch. All right, and so now we have that little adapter on that end. It's just a matter of plug and play now. We just take and line up the cords on how they're supposed to run, and then we can just simply feed the extra slack and just push it into the trailer hitch. And just kind of push it all the way back up in there like that, and then find a spot for the magnet to fit to, push it back until the camera is covered, and then there you have it right there. Reverse camera inside of the trailer hitch. So let's go and see what it looks like inside the car. So this is my Kenwood little infotainment system. I'll put a link in the description down below of where you can get it. I've enjoyed it a lot so far. It does connect wirelessly through Bluetooth, and it does have a wire that's coming out of here that I've kind of threaded through, and I'm going to be getting a little USB switch here later. But anyway, so let's put this thing in reverse and see if and how it looks. And there you have it. It looks like we got a pretty good view here. It doesn't look like to be too far into the trailer hitch. There might be a little something right there in the corner maybe, or that could be something out there, but I feel like that's a pretty good spot, and it's right in the middle, and you can see where the towel was that I was laying on while I was underneath the car. All in all, man, I think this came out pretty good. I think I'm gonna enjoy this. And then when I go to hook up a trailer, it's just as simple as reaching your finger in there and just pulling out the camera and then sticking it to the side somewhere over here on the top, maybe even on the bottom, or just not using the camera altogether because you have that trailer back there. So now it's just a matter of going in and tidying up the wires and zip tying some stuff up, because we got to make sure those aren't going to get caught on anything. So thank you so much for watching me rig my ride for my adventure, one mod at a time.